This is a tiger that has been hungry for 5 days, but it was also a gift from the father to his daughter. During the day, he hired workers to seal all the doors and windows of his home. At night, he quietly put the gift inside. Late at night, his daughter woke up looking for water, but she didn't know that she had become the prey. After drinking the water, the girl went back upstairs, but suddenly she heard a roar. A northeastern tiger was appearing below. The girl was terrified. Look at the size of at least 500 kilograms. She quietly turned around, fearfully returned to her room, locked the door behind her, and turned off the lamp. She tried to open the window to escape, but she found that the window had been nailed with wooden boards. The girl then remembered. Her stepfather said yesterday that he wanted to strengthen the house to prevent the typhoon, but to her surprise, the house was turned into a coffin for her. The girl tried to call for help, but the phone was left in the bathroom downstairs. She looked down through the door. There was no sign of the tiger. The girl quickly crossed the hallway. She came to her brother's room. She whispered to her brother to wake up. Again, the window was sealed. The brother did not respond. She lifted the blanket, but she found that he was not in bed. No, he's not downstairs. Is he? There was no choice. The girl had no choice but to go downstairs. Around the corner, she looked carefully. No tiger in sight. She rushed into the bathroom, immediately found the phone to call the police. But the phone came back. She had to wait for a message. The girl was desperate, so she opened the door first, called her brother's name softly, but then a low yell came from behind her. She turned her head to see. A huge tiger's shadow was reflected on the wall. The girl ran boldly to the back door. She opened it and saw that it was still a heavy wooden panel. The girl tried her best, crashed into the board, even got down and kicked with her feet. But the loud noise also attracted the tiger. She had to hide in the bathroom again. Looking at the window, the corner of the wood paneling was loose. She was so excited, immediately grabbed an iron and smashed it, because right now the tiger was outside the door. The fragile wooden door was about to fail to hold. The girl hurriedly brought a garbage can, stepped on it. Then she desperately climbed up to the pipe above. She tried again and again. The critical moment. She finally climbed up, and the next thing she knew, the tiger was passing underneath her. The tiger was dying of hunger, and above its head, a girl is huddled tightly in the ventilation duct. Her feet are straining upwards. Her arms don't dare to relax. If this continues, it was only a matter of time before she became food for the tiger. Suddenly, the cell phone on the floor rang. It was the police, but the tiger heard the sound. A grasp of the phone will be shot to pieces. What's worse, the girl's strength is not strong enough. She slid a long way down. She gasped for breath, struggling upward. Suddenly, a bead of sweat fell on the ground along the pipe. The tiger is attracted by the smell, came forward to lick it clean. Then the girl looked up and was spotted by the tiger. She was cold and sweating, but the tiger suddenly pounced on her. The sharp claws of the tiger were as sharp as knives, only 0.01 centimeters from her body. Just at the moment of life and death, the girl shouted and exploded with all her strength, little by little, to climb up. Finally, she climbed out of the pipe with great danger. The extreme tension and exhaustion of the body. The girl was exhausted to the extreme. She breathed heavily to calm herself down. Just turn around, her brother suddenly appeared. The girl was shocked. It turns out that her brother has autism, unable to communicate with people normally. The girl took her brother and hid in her room. She turned on the computer and tried to call for help from the internet, but the internet was down. Then the tiger rushed up. She immediately sprinkled perfume around. Then she took her brother and hid under the bed. The tiger also broke in the door. Luckily, the perfume masked their smell. Suddenly the brother reached out and tried to grab the tiger's tail. The girl hurriedly stopped him. Then the tiger jumped onto the bed. His heavy body pressed the bedboard against the girl below. At that moment, the tiger disappeared. The girl turned her head to look around. Is the danger removed? She looks behind the bed. A deafening roar. Then the tiger went under the bed. The force of the tiger overturned the bed instantly. The two siblings were trapped in the corner, but that was just enough to stop the tiger from attacking. The girl struggled to open the door of the room. She took her brother and rushed downstairs. The girl quickly went to the kitchen. She took out a box of pureed meat from the refrigerator. She formed the meat into balls, stuffed sleeping pills into it. Then she threw the meatballs all over the room. The tiger smelled the smell and came, but at that moment, the brother had a relapse and kept screaming. The girl had to carry him upstairs by force, but the tiger ate the meatballs and didn't feel a thing. At this moment, the two siblings hid in a closet, and the tiger followed them. The girl was so scared that she held her breath, but the tiger came closer and closer, until they were just a door away. Through the faint gap, the four eyes met. The atmosphere of fear reached its peak. Even the girl could see. The tiger's sharp fangs spilled over with saliva. She immediately turned around, smashing the wall behind her with with a stick. The thin wooden paneling was soon broken open. At the same time, the tiger was about to bite through the cabinet door. The girl sent her brother out first, then she immediately followed him. But still too late. Left leg was tiger directly tore open the flesh. Good thing the hole is very small. The tiger could not get out. Can only poke their heads out and keep roaring. While the brother was watching in awe, the girl grabbed an iron bar and smashed the tiger. Then she took her brother and ran away. They hid in her stepfather's room. The girl ripped open a piece of clothing. The bandage was applied. But that's when she found an insurance policy on the floor. And the insured was her and her brother. And the name of her stepfather was written on the beneficiary. The girl finally realized this conspiracy was all planned by her stepfather. He was just trying to get a huge compensation. When she was at a loss for words, the girl looked up and found there were 4 bullets on the closet. She quickly searched for them. Sure enough, she found a revolver in the drawer. Now that she had a weapon, the girl decided to fight the tiger to the death. The girl didn't dare to breathe. A tiger skirted behind her. The roar was deafening. This powerful aura, it made her body shake and her hair stand on end. The girl went around behind her and raised her gun at the tiger. But little did she know, there was no bullet in the chamber. Pulled the trigger. The tiger turned around at the sound. The girl panicked and shot again and turned to run away. But the tiger was unharmed. She hid in the kitchen. The tiger jumped directly onto the stove. The girl took the opportunity to turn on the switch. Flaming gas tiger was burned and jumped down. The girl fled into the bathroom, then picked up the iron and desperately hit the board. And at the same time, the tiger's front paw has squeezed in. Finally, the girl smashed open the window. The wind and heavy rain blowing in the face. The tiger rushed towards her. At the last moment, the girl jumped out of the window and fled. She rushed into the car without any thought. She started the car and was about to step on the gas, but suddenly she thought that her brother was still inside. If she leaves, her brother would be dead for sure. With this in mind, the girl didn't hesitate. She got up and got out of the car, crawled back from the window just now. She picked up the pistol with only 1 bullet left in it. Then she cautiously searched the room. Finally, she saw her brother in the corner of the closet. The two of them went to the bathroom, wrapped a rag around a wooden stick, sprinkled alcohol on it, then lit into a torch. Then the 2 siblings went down. But just at that moment, the tiger crashed through the fence and leapt down. The girl raised the torch and the pistol at the same time, and the tiger dueled. A gunshot but only grazed the tiger's flesh, but it really pissed him off. But the burning flames kept the tiger at bay. The girl waved and stepped back. The tiger is still looking for an opportunity. Coming to the kitchen, the girl told her brother to hide in the refrigerator, then threw the torch at the tiger. She also went inside. Fortunately, the newly purchased refrigerator is very hard. They huddled inside. They spent a long night. The next day, the girl gently opened the freezer. There was no sign of the tiger. She gently called her brother out, and that's when the wooden panel of the door was finally opened. The stepfather came in with a gun in his hand. He came to collect the bodies of the 2 siblings, but when he saw that the girl was still alive with her brother, the stepfather was very shocked. But then his face changed. He slammed the door behind him. The girl saw that her stepfather was going to kill her. Tom didn't understand what was going on here. He wouldn't say anything. Will you let us go? That's what your mother said at the time. The girl then realized her mother had been murdered by her stepfather. There was no point in talking. The stepfather was ready to strike. Suddenly the tiger pounced on him. Then all that was left was the stepfather's screams. The 2 siblings took the opportunity to escape, and the stepfather who used the tiger to kill. In the end, he couldn't escape the tiger's judgment. In 2022, the year of the tiger, may we do more good deeds. Don't ask about our future.